Sheldon Primus.
Welcome to the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus, where we blend safety smarts with business brilliance and a pinch of Sheldon's signature wit. Whether you're a safety pro, a fresh-faced consultant, or just safety curious, get ready for a show that'll educate, entertain, and elevate your safety game. Let's dive into the art of consulting with your safety Sherpa himself, Sheldon Primus.
This episode is powered by Safety FM.
All right, welcome, gang. This is another episode of the Safety Consultant Podcast. I am your host, Sheldon Primus. It's the podcast where I teach you not only the business of being a safety consultant, but I also help you with other things, right? Talk OSHA compliance, we talk general safety and health and all that stuff. So this week is actually the week of Labor Day for the U.S., and this is a time where we just truly thank the American workers. That's how it's all set up. OSHA remembers the workers who have passed, and you'll see that if you go to OSHA.gov on their homepage. They have like a Remembering Lost Workers section. It's like a ticker that keeps going down underneath the very main picture on the top of the website. So you're going to see that, and that is just our way of just truly just memorializing them. But I wanted to give you guys just a little update on OSHA. This will be a quick one. I am going to just tell you two things right now. If I remember more, it may be more than two things, but I'm going to tell you a couple of things that you want to remember related to, or you should know about, related to OSHA. So that's it. That's really it. Two short things. So first is, right now, OSHA has an open comment period, and this is for their standard that is coming out on heat, injury, and illness prevention in outdoor and indoor work settings. So you could also have heat-related illnesses working inside, especially if you work in one of those areas where you're doing hot works, or you're in an area where there's smelters or something like that. You're going to have the same kind of hazards related to heat stress as if someone was working outside. So OSHA is now have a proposed rule as of August 30th, 2024, that you could do a formal submit of your personal comment. Doesn't matter who you are. You could, who you are in OSHA's jurisdiction. You got to remember that part, right? Then you're definitely going to want to take advantage of this. So go ahead and go to OSHA.gov. When you get there, it is like the prominent thing on their webpage. You'll see it right up front. And I'll say, we want to hear from you. Submit comments on the proposed heat rule and protect outdoors to protect outdoor and indoor workers. So that's the first thing you want to check out. The standard is going to be comprehensive. There's already a compliance letter, and it's a national emphasis program. And that national emphasis program, if you were going to go ahead and... Oh, hold on. Do not do this if you're driving. You're going to wait until you park and literally home. Listen to this now. I want you to hear it out. Now, when you get home, then you're going to want to go ahead and type this in. All right, that's our ground rules. All right, so OSHA.gov, when you get there, here's the easiest way to do it. Look on the search box, and it's going to be right on the top right corner, and you want to type in NEP. And once you go there, and I'm doing it myself, just make sure I'm getting you guys right place. You're going to look for directives, and that's going to be pretty much your first selection, right? Or first or second selection. They're both going to take you to the same place. So once you get to the National Emphasis Program, you want to scroll down, and from there, you're going to be looking for the national emphasis related to heat stress, and that's going to be National Emphasis Program Outdoor and Indoor Heat-Related Hazards. And right next to the title, you're going to see a PDF. So select the PDF and learn it real well. But not only that, you also want to get the technical manual too. So kind of scroll down when you get to that PDF, and you're going to look for, there's a bunch of different appendixes down there, appendices. however you say that. You could see the sample of what the COSHA is going to be checking. There's a COSHA pre-check list. There's a sample heat program for exposure control plan, warning, advisories, all that stuff. There's Appendix F that actually has a list of heat illnesses too. So if you want to have that in there, just take a look at that. But as you're scrolling down, you're going to see the references in their Section 3. The memorandum that says inspection guidance for heat-related hazards. And then you want to have that one. And then you also want to make sure you get a copy of the Chapter 4, which is going to be Q. These are all listed by alphabetical order, and Q on there is going to be OSHA's instructions, for the compliance officers. So there's a whole Chapter 4 on heat stress, and if you get those documents, that's going to help you be ready, and it's going to show you a little bit of what the regulation is going to look like, so you could get a little heads up too. All right, so I'll rewind this. Do we ever rewind anymore? But if you could rewind this, then go ahead and go back and see if you could figure, step by step. I led you guys to where you need to go, and then from there you'll be pretty much set for this standard. All right, so that's a good one. All right, so that's me helping you. All right, so now the next thing I want to let you guys know. So I gave you guys two things. One was the heat stress. I told you about our actual U.S. Labor Day celebration. But one other thing OSHA related that I wanted to just make sure I mention. So heat stress, one of the things. And then the second thing is OSHA right now in the U.S., they are kind of going to be in flux a little depending on what the U.S. election looks like. So I'm just going to give you a general, keep your eyes out a little bit. So if OSHA can change depending on which of our two-party systems in office. So just kind of keep an eye on that. I don't want you to be obsessive, but just I guess what I'll end up having to do is after election, I might have to do special coverage, and then I'll tell you what to expect in the following year for OSHA. And that might even be a little bit better for doing that. All right. So heat stress, open comment period, Labor Day, and that's for the U.S. market. And then also kind of keep an eye on, what is happening currently with OSHA, and the best way to do that, well, not currently, what's happening with the U.S. elections, and that's going to help you understand a little bit more of OSHA. Can't give you much more of that yet, all right? I just want you to just be aware, and when I do that special presentation, or I should say special episode, I'll make sure I post it. But next week, you guys are going to be like amazed. Amazed, maybe not, I don't know. I'm hyperbolic there.
Epic fail.
All right, so not amazed, but you're going to really like our guest next week, and that's going to be Alan Wolford. I got Alan back. Alan is Diary of a Bald Man, if you've ever heard that podcast. And Alan also used to be the Dragon Up 6.0, if you remember that podcast. So Alan is an ex-student of mine, and great to have him back. This is going to be his third time on my show. So between Alan and Jay Allen, those guys have been on my show the most. Can't wait to get Alan back. Hey, Jim Posel, you're next. I get you on one more time, and you get the hat trick yourself. All right. So anyway, next episode, get ready for Alan, and if you want to get a preemptive, just an understanding of what you're going to get next week, then go ahead and listen to Diary of a Bald Man wherever you listen to podcasts and listen to me. And please go ahead and subscribe to me so you don't miss when that episode comes out. So whatever podcast service you're listening to, hit subscribe. And then when I come out with a new one, look out for the Alan one, then you'll be able to go ahead and get it first, and you could even have it set up where it'll automatically download into your phone and you won't forget about it. You could do that with your podcast services. So try that now. If you're not driving, the the rule. But go ahead and do that. So subscribe to the podcast and then do one of those automatic downloads. So whenever it happens, you literally just have to wake up, turn on your podcasting, and you got it right there. Talk about easy. So there you go. I gave you some tips. You're going to hit the easy button this week. You're going to be ready for OSHA. And you're going to go get them. And that's the deal right there. That's all of it. That's everything I got for you this week. Nice and quick. So everyone, go get them. I got you.
That's a wrap for today's safety show. Remember, safety isn't just about hard hats and caution signs. It's about business smarts too. Thanks for joining us on the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus. Until next time, stay safe, stay savvy, and keep consulting like a boss. Go get 'em. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast or broadcast are those of the host and its guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the company. Examples of analysis discussed within the past hour, only examples. It should not be utilized in the real world as the only solution available, as they are based only on very limited and dated open source information. Assumptions made within this analysis are not reflective of the positions of the company. No part of this podcast or broadcast may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, mechanical, electronic recording, or otherwise without prior written permission of the creator of the podcast or broadcast, Sheldon Primus.
This episode has been powered by Safety FM.